Today's topic is Kingdom Protista, one of the most interesting kingdom in biological world. All single-cell eukaryotes are placed under Protista, but the boundaries of this kingdom are not well defined. We include chrysophytes, dinoflagellate, euglenoid slime molds, and protozoans. These five group under Protista. Members of Protista are primarily aquatic. This kingdom forms a link with the other dealing with plants, animal and fungi. So this is the connecting link between Monera and other kingdom. Being eukaryotes, the Protistan cell body contain a well-defined nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles. They reproduce asexually and sexually both. The first group is chrysophytes. This group includes diatoms and golden algae. Golden algae also called desmids. They are found in fresh water as well as in marine environment. They are microscopic and float passively in water current. They are also called as planktons. Most of the chrysophytes are photosynthetic because they have their own photosynthetic pigment. Diatoms is the example of the chrysophyte, is one of the most important producer in ocean. Want to know more about diatoms? Okay, let's move. Diatoms you can see at your screen. They are just soap box shape. In diatoms, the cell wall form two thin overlapping shells, which fit together as in a soap box. The walls are embedded with silica and thus the walls are indestructible. Thus, diatoms have left behind the large amount of cell wall deposits in their habitat. This accumulation over billion of years is referred to as an diatomaceous earth. Being gritty, this soil is used in polishing, filtration of oils and syrups. And diatoms are the chief producers in the oceans. The second group is dinoflagellates. As the name indicates, they are having two flagella. These organisms are mostly marine and photosynthetic. They appear yellow, green, brown, blue or red, depending on the main pigments present in their cells. The cell wall has stiff cellulose plates on the outer surface. Most of them have two flagella. One lies longitudinally, you can see at your screen. The other transversely in furrow between the wall plates. Very often red dinoflagellate, that is goniolux, undergoes rapid multiplication that they make the sea appear red. So this is called red tide. And the toxins released by such a large number may even kill other marine animals such as fishes. So this is red tide. Why? Red Sea appear red due to red tides. Now euglenoid, example is euglena at your screen. Majority of them are fresh water, found in stagnant water, ruka hua pani. Instead of a cell wall, they have a protein-rich layer called pellicle. They are not having cell wall, they have pellicle, which makes their body flexible. They have two flagella, a short and a long one. Long आपको दिख रहा है, short अंदर छिपा हुआ है. Though they are photosynthetic in the presence of sunlight, but when deprived of sunlight, they behave like heterotrophs by predating on other similar organisms. Interestingly, the pigment of euglenoids are identical to those present in higher plants. The fourth category is slime molds. One example you can see at your screen, the figure of slime mold. दे आर सैप्रोफिटिक, सड़ी गली चीजों पे रहते हैं. The body moves along decaying twigs and leaves, engulfing organic material. Under suitable conditions, they form an aggregate. ये इकट्ठा हो जाते हैं जिसे प्लाज्मोडियम कहते हैं, which may grow and spread over several feet. During unfavorable conditions, the plasmodium differentiate and form fruiting bodies bearing spores at their tips. The spores possesses true walls. They are extremely resistant and survive for many or even under adverse condition. The spores are dispersed by air current. So the plasmodium is the aggregate of these fruiting bodies. Now protozoans. All protozoans are heterotrophs. You are familiar to amoeba, paramecium, and live as predator or parasite. They are believed to be primitive relative of animal. यहाँ से animal kingdom जैसे शुरू होते हैं. There are 4 major groups of protozoans. कौन से? There are 4 major groups of protozoans. Amoeboid, having pseudopodia. Ciliated, having cilia. Flagellated, having flagella. And sporozoans, which are non-motiles. So let's we discuss these all 4 groups one by one. First of all, I will start with amoeboid protozoans. These organisms live in fresh water, sea water, or moist soil. They move and capture their prey by putting out finger-like projection, that is pseudopodia, that is false feet. You can see in amoeba. At your screen, the pseudopodia are visible. Marine forms have silica shell on their surface. Some of them, such as entamoeba, are parasites. So amoeba living in water and entamoeba is a parasite, can cause dysentery. So these are amoeboid protozoans having pseudopodia false feet. B category is flagellated protozoans. They will have flagella. At your screen, there is a figure of trypanosoma, which causes a disease, that is sleeping sickness. So flagellated protozoans are the members of protozoa, and they are either free living or parasitic. If they are free living, they are having flagella to move from one place to another. Some are parasitic forms that causes diseases. One disease, I have given the example of the trypanosoma, need vector, and it causes sleeping sickness. You can see trypanosoma with a large nucleus, having pellicle, etc. Now, third group is ciliated protozoans. These are aquatic, actively moving organism because of the presence of thousands of cilia. They have a cavity called gullet that opens to outside of the cell surface. The coordinated movement of the rows of cilia causes the water laden with food to stirred into the gullet. For example, paramecium. And now I have told you that how paramecium take its food through gullet with the help of water current. You can see the gullet over there in mid of the structure. Next category is sporozoans. They are notorious students. This include diverse organisms that have an infectious spore-like stage in their life cycle. The most notorious is Plasmodium, which cause malarial parasite, which is called as malarial parasite and cause malaria, a disease which has a staggering effect on human population. They need a vector to spread themselves, that is female anopheles. Female anopheles having these sporozoan in its salivary gland. So this is all about the Protista. Thank you.